Okay, this is Module 3, Topic C, which is division with a unit fraction and a whole number. So, we're going to start with 5 divided by 1/3. And what I tell the students is you want to draw a tape diagram, and attached to that tape diagram, you really should draw a number line. So in this situation, I'm splitting up 5 because 5 is my dividend. So I'm going to go ahead and start this as being 0 holes. This is 5 holes. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it into thirds. So each hole is going to get cut into thirds. So 5 divided by 1/3, there are 15 pieces. So I can also say that there are 15 groups of 1/3 that make 5 holes. Okay. All right, the other way that we look at division with whole numbers is we say, let's say we have 6 divided by 1/2. And I say 6 is half of what number? So when I go to draw that tape diagram, I know 6 is half of something. Now, I know a lot of kids want to think about going ahead and flipping and saying, well, 6 times 2 is 12. And that is an acceptable way to solve. But we're also trying to show them that division is the inverse of multiplication. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at this next slide. Oh, I hate when I do that. Okay, so this is the opposite. We're no longer dividing a whole number by a fraction. We have a fraction in the front. So we're doing a fraction divided by a whole number. So let's say our problem is Jessica has 1/3 of a pan of brownies. And she divides them equally among 6 bags. So, we tell students often, you have to be able to pick out what the dividend is. What are we breaking up? So in this case, we're breaking up the pan of brownies, the 1/3 of a pan of brownies. We're not breaking up the 6 bags, we're breaking up this third of a pan. So my expression is going to be 1/3 divided by 6. So we're trying to determine how much is in each bag. Now, they can use a tape diagram, they can use the number line, they can just flat out solve it. So to use a number line, I would first look at my total as being 1/3. Well, you can't just think of 1/3 being by itself. So you actually have to add on those extra 2/3 just to show them there. Then I'm going to cut each of those thirds into 6 equal pieces. So one of these bags has 1/18 of a pan of brownies. So 1/3 divided by 6 equals to 1/18. And by now students are starting to notice that they can just multiply that 3 and that 6 and kind of get the same answer there. So looking at this next slide, we do tell the kids that when you're dividing with a whole number and a fraction, if it starts with a fraction, it's going to end with a fraction. If it starts with a whole number, it's going to end with a whole number. For example, if I have 1/5 divided by 6, that's going to be 1/30. Start with a fraction, end with a fraction. If I have 1/3 divided by 4, it's going to be 1/24. Okay? And what the kids are kind of starting to notice is they can take this symbol and flip it from division into multiplication, and then flip whatever that whole number right there over to get their answer. All right, so another way we do is 6 divided by 1/5. Same thing, you start with a whole number, you're going to end with a whole number. So in this case, my answer is 30. Same thing, kids are noticing, you can flip it, 6 times 5, and that also gives me that 30. And then 4 divided by 1/3, start with a whole, end with a whole, my answer is going to be 12. Okay? All right, for this one, we talk about comparisons. So students have to be able to compare fractions, division using greater than, less than, and equal to. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my place. Okay, here we go. So, for example, let's say I have 12 divided by 1/10, and we want to compare that to 1/10 divided by 12. I tell the kids all the time, it's easier and it's best if you just go ahead and solve. So 12 divided by 1/10, as I know, is going to be 120. And 1/10 divided by 12 is going to be 1/120. So I know that this is going to be greater than. Something else they may see is 7 divided by 8. And 7 times 1/8. I know 7 divided by 8 is 7/8, and 7 times 1/8 is 7/8. So these are in fact equal. So this is something you really should practice. All right, so let's go ahead and do a practice word problem. So students need to know the difference between an expression and an equation. An expression is simply maybe 12 divided by 3 or 6 divided by 2. It doesn't have that equal sign or the answer. So let's read the whole way through. Jessica splits a ½ gallon of juice among 2 cups. How much is in each cup? So, what's my whole? What am I splitting up? Well, I'm splitting up the juice. I'm not splitting up the cups. So here, my expression would be 1/2 divided by 2. And that tells me that in each cup, I'm going to have 1/4 of a gallon. The password is turkey. Okay, the next one. A builder has an 8-acre plot of land divided into 1/4 of an acre home sites. How many 1/4 acre home sites are there? So again, you have to ask yourself, what are you splitting up? Well, you're splitting up the 8 acres of land. So I'm going to have 8 divided by 1/4. And that gives me 32 home sites. Now on the test, it's going to look like this. It's going to say equation. And they would have to enter 8 divided by 1/4. Oh, 1/4. And then it may say solution. And the only thing that would have to be written is 32. Okay? I hope this helps, and I hope you guys have a great day.